When I set off on this journey, I never dreamed that it would lead to a life of helping other people fulfill their life goals. Between 2016 and 2019, I set a world record as the first person to visit all 400 plus U.S. National Park Service sites in a single journey. And a large part of doing that trip at age 30 was seeing my dad pass away at age 58 and not getting to retire. What I found through this parks journey is my vocation. And in my religious tradition, a vocation is not just a job, it's not just a career. A vocation is where your greatest talents meet the world's greatest needs. And for me, it's all about how do I communicate that meaning? How do I communicate a story? What I did not expect when I started this journey was to learn that in the history of the outdoors recreation industry in America, there had never been a Pride Month ad, never been any openly LGBTQ+ sponsored individuals. And so I actually tried to hide that part of myself for about the first year. The mission of Outside Safe Space is to give individuals the agency to make the outdoors and rural spaces more welcoming.
So for those of you joining us, this is Micah, the founder of Outside Safe Space.
Well, it is such a pleasure to be joining you all from around the globe into this virtual world. This is the physical map of the journey I took for 3 years visiting all of our 400 plus National Park Service sites. So what's great about Microsoft PowerPoint is it helps me tell the stories of my journeys and teach those lessons through photos, through videos, through audios in ways that I couldn't on my own. It's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that leads to a really cool experience live. And what means the most to me is the way that it reaches audiences and helps them find that meaning as well. I got a message from somebody on Instagram. He said to me, I'm 15 years old and I'm not out of the closet to anyone, but I read about your parks journey and saw you're gay, and I just want to thank you because now I know when I grow up I can be extraordinary. I now had a chance to be, for him and for 10-year-old Micah, the openly gay adventurer role model that I never saw growing up that would have made it a lot easier for me to be myself.